Welcome back, guys. Here I have the simple hands-on brain boosting and logical thinking activities for kids. Here I have written some letters. The child has to track from left to right and find the following. Find these words. So OBST, so the child has to find these words over here. OBST, AGSR, CNVBEFLZ. This child has to find these combination of letters over here, and then they have to just strike it with a color pencil. So it is, so here you can see EFL is it, so EFL is it, so the child has to just shade it. Similar way you can find OBST, AGSR, CNVB, and then here this one I have used letters, and here I have used numbers. So the child has to find these set of numbers here, 2 3 4 5. The child has to see where is number 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 8 9 1 0 and 6 7 8 9. So here you can see 1 2 3 4 5. So once the child finds these things, the child has to use the color pencil and then circle the number, or they can just shade it. So this may seem simple, but this is going to be challenging for the little child. And then here I have this activity. So this is actually search for all the letter patterns that look the same as the one and circle them. So this is B and this is D. I have written B right side on top and I have written D left side at the bottom. The child has to find the same pattern over here and then they have to circle it. For example, it's BD, so the child has to circle this, and then so there are so many patterns, of B and D. The child has to find the BD, so B in right side top position and D in left side bottom position, and then circle it. And then here we have this activity. So the child has to just see this and copy the same thing here. The child has to replicate in this box. So here left side box I have put some grid and have drawn some shapes inside the box, inside the grid, and the child has to draw the same thing over here. They have to just replicate it, copy the same pattern over here. Then here I have put some dots, and then I have written here like 2R, 3D, 1R, 1D, 3L, 4U, which means 2 right, 3 down, 1 right, 1 down, 3 left, 4 up. The child has to take the pencil and the child has to start from here, 2 right. So the child has to go 1 2 and then it's 3 down, 1 2 3, 3 down, and then it's 1 right, 1 right, and then it's 1 down. So 1 down, the child has to come to this direction, and then it's 3 left, 1 2 3 left. So and then it's 4 up, 1 2 3 4. So similar way the child has to complete these 3. And then here we have this activity. So the child has to complete these picture. The child has to see what is here. So with the correspondence to this, the child has to create a new picture here. So at the top you can see I have drawn face and have marked eyes for each face, and then here you can see left hand side you can see I have drawn face and have marked ears, nose, mouth. The child has to see what is here. With the correspondence to this one, the child has to create the new picture here. So the child has to make a face here and then draw eyes with a green color, and then nose, mouth with pink color, and then ears with orange color. And then here the child has to draw this face and eyes here, and then has to copy this nose, mouth and ears here. This may look simple, but actually this is really challenging activity for little tot. And then here you can see I have created similar activity here. I have drawn square and have marked 2 dots and drawn vertical lines over here, and here you can see square I have drawn horizontal lines and some dots. The child has to see this with the correspondence to this one. The child has to create a new picture here. So the child has to draw the square and mark the vertical line, then horizontal line, and they have to just place these 4 dots here. And then when it comes to here, the child has to draw this one here, and then vertical line, and then horizontal line, and the child has to make only these 2 dots. And then when it comes to here, the child has to make a box, square, and then here they have to just draw the horizontal and vertical lines here. The child has to use the same color which I have used here. And then here is another activity. This is actually simple activity. The child has to complete this picture. The child has to keep this picture in mind and has to complete this here. So for example, if you take this heart, this is actually the complete picture, and you can see I have these are all incompleted ones. So here the child has to make 2 horizontal line, and here 2 horizontal line, and then here the child has to make horizontal line here, and here the child has to make horizontal line here, and then here, and here they have to make here horizontal line and 1 horizontal line here, and then here. And then when it comes to here, this is actually the main picture. This is the complete picture. So the child has to consider this one and then complete all these things. So similar way, the child has to complete all these things. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for watching and happy parenting.